Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, we'll start off with a live look near Chiloquin. Temperature about 32 degrees. It was snowing earlier. That snow could be changing over to either a rain-snow mix or a brief bit of freezing rain at this particular time. But the temperatures will be moderating, though, as we go into the afternoon hours. But current temperatures east of the Cascades, we're looking at 20s and 30s. 23 is the cold spot in Christmas Valley. 28 in Lakeview, right around freezing for both Klamath Falls and up towards Chemult. Upper 30s here in the Rogue Valley, heading down into Siskiyou County, we're generally 33 to 35 degrees. Now, our satellite and radar composite, you can see a lot of snow east of the Cascades, but right just to the north of Klamath Falls, just what we were looking at before, over towards Chiloquin, you can start seeing the pink colors indicating that snow is starting to change over to either a rain-snow mix or possibly even freezing rain. That freezing rain, though, won't last very long as temperatures will continue to moderate. But if you're in that area and it is raining and it is 32 degrees, just be very, very careful. West of the Cascades, a lot of rain, especially out towards the coast, and this will continue to flow into the area for the remainder part of the day. Now, if you are thinking about traveling up north, there's very bad weather in the Willamette Valley right now. We'll get into this a bit more, but there's an ice storm warning for the Willamette Valley, a winter storm warning up towards areas up towards the north. So if you're thinking about traveling up to I-5 today, just forget about it, especially if you're getting anywhere near Eugene. But there is a back edge to our system. You can see that back edge off here. So we're going to be under the precipitation for today. Things will be winding down, though, for tonight. Now, in terms of road conditions, Diamond Lake, Lake of the Woods, Willamette Pass, yes, you do need chains, but mostly if you're just towing. Siskiyou Summit, though, looking pretty quiet, all those spots of ice still in the area. Now we have a whole lot of watches and warnings, so let's get to those. We have a flash flood watch for Curry and Josephine counties, mostly for the Coquille River, especially up towards the north, but that's what we're going to be looking at, some pretty significant rain for today. Another watch, warning, and advisory is a wind advisory for the central part of the Shasta Valley for 10 o'clock this morning through 7 o'clock this evening. Could be looking at wind gusts of 55 miles an hour. Tree damage and isolated power outages are possible. Also, something else that we're looking at, we have a whole lot of winter storm warnings. In fact, I'll get out of your way. You can see here for the Cascades, east side for southeastern part of Siskiyou, pretty much all of Siskiyou County except for the Shasta Valley, and varying snow levels ranging from about 3,500 to 5,000 feet, all set to expire at 10 o'clock tonight. Now, combined with all these watches and warnings, if you're thinking of traveling north today, it's a bad idea because, like I was talking about before, there's an ice storm warning from Corvallis, Albany down to Eugene, extending off towards the west. A winter storm warning once you get past, say, Jefferson up towards Portland, and there's a blizzard warning in the Columbia River Gorge. So it is pretty bad way up to our north. So we're kind of lucky in the sense of what we're experiencing for today. But in terms of snowfall amounts for today, I'll step out of your way again so you can see about a foot to foot and a half of snow for the mountains east side, Quartz Mountain and Warner Mountain especially, 4 to 6 inches of snow for Lakeview, about 8 to 12 inches for Blind Mountain. Less snow once we get into Siskiyou County, but a lot of the snow obviously will be into the Cascades. Generally 1 to 2 feet, maybe upwards of 2.5 feet possible for Crater Lake for today. So a lot of snow is in the forecast for the Cascades. Now for the rest of the day today, we'll start seeing that precipitation start to peak once we get into the early afternoon. We'll start seeing some of that snow change over to rain east side, and then we'll start seeing that precipitation start to decrease once we get towards tonight. About 6:30, you can see we're starting to see less in terms of activity. By the time we get towards tomorrow morning, a lot less activity, maybe just a few showers, and Sunday is actually going to be pretty dry for the most part. So our forecast for today, mid-30s, mid to upper 30s east side, so obviously warm enough for just a rain-snow mix or just even rain. Temperatures upper 30s, low 40s into Siskiyou County, upper 40s here in the Rogue Valley and along the Oregon coast, and temperatures for tonight dropping into the 20s and 30s east side, 20s and 30s into the Shasta Valley, and right around 40 degrees here in the Rogue Valley. So here's your 7-day forecast for the Oregon coast. Temperatures will stay into the 50s, especially once we get past today. We'll start seeing some more rain once we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, although it's not a significant system. For Northern California, same kind of scenario. Monday will actually end up being dry. Wettest day will actually be Wednesday of next week. It's still not really anticipating a whole lot of rain. Klamath Basin temperatures will moderate, especially once we get towards the middle part of the week. But we're not going to see anything significant except for cold temperatures for the next couple of mornings. We'll see some rain and snow into the Cascades, especially once we get towards the middle part of the week. But snow levels will be generally pretty high with that particular system. Rogue Valley, well, our next wettest day once we get past today will be Wednesday.